Thank you for joining me again for Amazon Sellers Breaking News. Today's January 16th, 2019, and I'm going to bring you the top 5 stories that Amazon sellers all over the world, what you need to know about what's going on with Amazon. The overriding theme is slower responses from Amazon. Okay, our first story is that Amazon has been slower at logging in retractions from IP complainants. The brands that make the complaints that claim you're violating their IP rights, and when they retract those complaints, which they often do because most of the complaints are entirely baseless, so when you stand up to a brand owner, when you stand up to a rights owner, more often than not you can get them to retract the complaint because it's baseless, and it has to do certain things. It has to come from the same email where the complaint was asserted. You need the merchant ID. It's helpful to have the ASIN. You want to show that the person or company retracting the complaint actually owns the rights. And lately, for the last couple of days, no matter how perfect the withdrawals are, no matter how flawless the retractions are that we write for the brands to submit, Amazon's not logging them in properly, or they're logging them in very, very slowly. So this slowness this week is going to permeate today's report, and please stick through to the very end, because I think one of the slowdowns might be because of Mr. Bezos' personal life. Now, second news story of the day, notice dispute at Amazon.com. When an intellectual property complaint is asserted against you, you have the ability to challenge the veracity of that complaint, whether it's baseless or has possibility of some merit, to notice dispute at Amazon.com. And what I do every day before doing these breaking news events is I go in the back room and I talk to our teams of college-educated paralegals, and I talk to each one, what are you working on? What did you work on today? What are you working on? Or what did you work on yesterday? So I can figure out what the breaking news that you need to know about. And Saluja and Dana and Ashley all said the same thing. It seems like notice dispute is asleep at the wheel. They're using bots because no one is looking at the invoices for numerous sellers, countless invoices, and the same auto responses are coming in, and they're coming in so fast that it's clear no one's actually looking at the invoices. So we've seen this happen before. Hopefully shortly whoever's staff will get back up to speed, or Amazon will shift resources back to their notice dispute team. But yesterday and today we are seeing notice dispute is just spitting back boilerplate emails that they're not really looking at your invoices. So there are other places to go if you have this issue, but right now notice dispute is not being very, very effective. Third story, if you are a significant seller and you have intellectual property right complaints and they've been piling up and piling up and piling up, it's taking us longer now to get your accounts back online. Now, normally over the last several years, let's say you had 100 IP complaints and finally that 101st IP complaint got your account shut down. Normally we'd start getting retractions, start getting withdrawals, starting with the most recent ones first, and as soon as we had 3% or 5% of the complaints withdrawn, then we'd be able to give a successful plan of action and get your account reinstated. Well, I can tell you, if you're a massive seller, stop letting the IP complaints build up, because instead of 3 to 5%, now we need like 8%, 10%, 12% retractions before we can get your account reinstated. So address the IP complaints before it's an emergency. Get them withdrawn as they roll in, so you hopefully avoid that critical mass of IP complaints where your account actually goes down. Okay, some good news, and I think it's kind of odd good news, but it's good news nevertheless, that there are many sellers that when they start selling on Amazon, they learn how to work the dashboard, you learn how to monitor your account, you learn how to respond quickly, and what many people do is they'll actually source from Amazon and then resell on Amazon. So what we've seen lately are new Amazon sellers who source from Amazon, they get hit with the inauthentic, and they are submitting invoices that show they sourced on Amazon, which is a big no-no. For some reason, Amazon doesn't want you sourcing on Amazon and reselling on Amazon. But for the last couple of days, we've seen these sellers get reinstated, and I'm not saying this is a good line of business. I'm not saying this is a good business plan. I'm just reporting the news to you. It's worked over the last couple of days. I don't think it's going to continue to work, but that's one of the issues today. that the news is that Amazon has accepted invoices from itself. I think it's a mistake on their part, but we like to ride the horse in the direction that it's going. So if it's working, it works. Okay, now, I said earlier in this broadcast that one of the themes of today is that Amazon's just slower to respond to plans of action, to the withdrawal of IP complaints. They've just been extra slow. We don't know why. We've just seen it from our 10,000-foot view from helping sellers all over the world. So they've been extra slow when it comes to your account health. Many people on their dashboard now have a separate section of account health. If you don't have it yet, you probably will shortly. And what we've been doing for sellers all over the world is to try and get rid of the dings on your account health. And it's not that we're not winning. We're still being super successful at bettering your account health. It's just been slower. So the theme of the day is Amazon's responses have been slower. Our success rate is the same. It's just taken a bit more time, which kind of sucks. Last but not least, and I don't know if Mr. Bezos, if Jeff and his girlfriend and his impending divorce is slowing him down, but the response to Jeff at Amazon.com, the response to escalations to the Bezos escalation team have also been remarkably slower. We've been used to a 3 to 5 day turnaround, that if you fail at seller support or seller performance, if you fail at a policy team, if you have no place else to go and you have to go to the Bezos escalation team, we've seen responses usually on average 3 to 5 days. Sometimes much, much faster, other times